Hello everybody. Alright, as you can see, this valve cover is completely rotted away. I could easily replace it. It's got holes in it, but it belongs to a 2000 Dodge Durango, and I'm going to do it over. People may say, well, why are you going to bother with an older vehicle as that? Well, as my other videos, there it is there. Actually, it's a pretty good riding truck, and as you've seen in my other videos, I had another older truck. It was a GMC Sierra 1500. I sold it. I got quite a good piece of change for that truck. In that truck that I sold, I rebuilt the motor in it, and I've had that truck for 10 years. Never broke down on me. Now you people will go out and buy these new the new GMC trucks, and what happens with these newer vehicles, you'll be lucky if you get 10 years out of them, and you're going to spend anywhere from $35,000 to $40 grand on those trucks. And be honest with you, they're junk. And anybody that does body work or mechanical work on those type of vehicles know that those trucks are not worth the money. Of course, they look pretty, but majority of it is plastic, and then the metal they use is cheap metal from Japan or some foreign country where they cheap out on the metal. And here in New England, the vehicles are not built like they used to be. They have all the technology, but believe it or not, you can stick all the technology into a piece of junk that is in these new vehicles. You could put GPS's, backup cameras in them, high output stereo systems in them, and make them just as good as the new vehicles, and the suspension system as well. So you can do quite a bit to a older vehicle and modernize it. To me, I'd rather take 10 grand out of my pocket and completely redo an older vehicle. That's my way of thinking. People want to take 35, 40 grand and go out and buy what they consider a new truck. It's crazy to me. I can't justify spending that kind of money on a vehicle you're going to only get 10 years out of. I can't justify it. And if anybody can justify that, leave me a message. Okay? Leave a comment. I can't justify that by any means. That's just why I do what I do. And part of the reason is it's called experience. And if I not only do auto mechanics, I do woodworking, I do work on houses, and I'm all self-taught. I've learned from some people, but I've learned over the years, just like anybody else, can go about learning these things. And like I say, if you do have a dream or you do have a passion for something, don't let anybody try to talk you out of it. Go for it. Do it. Because there are a lot of people out there that say you can't do it. There's no way. There is ways. As I grew up, when I was in my, between 16 and 20, I was playing with cars. I had cars before I had my license, and I'd tinker with them. I'd spend hours and hours and days. I'd be outside at midnight, just going through the learning process of making mistakes, learning as you make mistakes. and that's what life is. So I had several people tell me constantly, Bob, why don't you do this? Why don't you do it for a living? You can make some money. And to this day, I've built and sold and redone many vehicles, and now of course I'm older. I still like it. I still like to do it, and I just want people to know whatever it is that you want to do. And I tell my daughters this all the time: stick to it. Don't listen to people, because they're the ones that will try to downplay you and tell you you can't do something. So if you guys want to do it, do it. Just do it. But anyway, the point of this video is I'm learning about YouTube and how to do your own videos. And today's technology, you can take your experiences and share them with people. If people have certain things they want to know, if they don't know, try asking. Ask me, I'll tell you. I know quite a bit than I consider than the average person. I've been doing it for many, many years. I've made some good money doing it, and I've lost money doing it, but it's all true experiences. And that's the way it is. I can have $1 million in my pocket, I'd still do it. I'd still do it. I could be a millionaire, Donald Trump. I'll still do it. I don't care. It's me needs to know. I've always been self-efficient. I don't depend on, take your paycheck, your taxes, or whatever it is that you have, and then go blow it on some new car that's going to depreciate the minute you drive it off the lot. Those people are tied. They're sunk into that. And some people have to buy a car. That's understandable. But there are people out there that want to know the basics, how to take care of a vehicle. And they don't even know that. They'll do an oil change, and they'll drive around and go 6,000-7,000 miles over the oil change and expect their car to run properly after the fact. I've seen that so many times. And I've never been in debt with automobiles or anything else. I'm not the type. When I was younger, I probably would have liked it, but then I thought about it. I said, yeah, I've made mistakes. I've traded cars in, I've done over, and I buy a new car, and the minute I bring it home, it breaks down. Brand new car. Brand new Camaro I bought. Broke down on me. The first day I had it, I didn't even have it a full day. Went to the shop, stayed for 2 or 3 days. Meanwhile, I'm paying for this vehicle. How do you figure that? If I wanted that, I'd stuck with the older vehicles. And I'll tell you, I've never experienced a breakdown by having an older car. And that's just the way it is. So, some people have to buy a car every 3 or 4 years. So you spend 20, 30 grand now on a basic car with a basic clean slate, no toys, no OnStar, and no big stereo system. And they're spending this kind of money, and they'll drive it 3 years, trade it in, and constantly I mean, it's crazy. So let me know what you guys think. Your opinions on either a new car or a used car or whatever. Your experiences. And those who's just starting out, buying a house, new car, you're going to be tied in. You're going to be tied into that system. And you'll never have any money, unless you're making $150,000 a year, and no big deal. But when you got kids, cars, and houses and property to take care of, it becomes a big deal. You become broke. You become a slave to the society's ways. You need this new computer, the big screen TVs, and believe me, I like them too. But I can have them and not spend that kind of money. that's what I'm trying to say. You know, you're not going to work 60, 70 hours a week and pour all your earnings into a TV that's going to break down, or a car that's not going to last. Or can you justify the cost of what you buy? And that's it. So let me know. Later.